In the swirling currents of the modern age, humanity stands at a crossroads. We call this era of progress, of unprecedented abundance and connectivity. And yet, beneath the surface glitter lurks a profound deception. The many voice a restless pursuit of external things, wealth, fame, status, fleeting pleasures, as if these were the pillars of happiness. But the sage looks beyond the clamor. Epictetus reminds us, it's not things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about these things. This insight forms the cornerstone of Stoic wisdom. The pain, confusion, and anxiety that grips so many do not stem from external events themselves, but from the meanings we assign to them. The deception of modern society lies in its insistence that the key to well-being is to be found in externals beyond our control. Marcus Aurelius counsels, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." True freedom and happiness do not depend on the endless shifting tides of circumstance, but on the mastery of our own reason, judgments, and virtues. This video invites you to embark on a Stoic journey, to uncover the illusions held up by society, to reclaim the sovereignty of your mind, and to live flourishing in alignment with nature and reason. In the chapters ahead, we will explore the false promises propagated by society, the manipulation through fear and desire, the illusion of freedom, and the essential role Stoic philosophy plays in guiding us past the deception toward a resilient peace of mind. Modern society dazzles us with bright illusions. It proclaims that happiness is found in the accumulation of wealth, the pursuit of status, and the attainment of external pleasures. Advertisements, social media, and peer pressure all conspire to convince us that possession and reputation define our worth. But the Stoic mind sees through this veneer. Epictetus teaches, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The worldly goods promised as sources of joy are, in truth, indifferent. They are neither good nor evil in themselves. Their value depends solely on the use we make of them, and they certainly lie beyond our complete control. The Stoic realizes that basing happiness on the fickle nature of these externals is to build a house on sand. Marcus Aurelius reflects, if you seek tranquility, do not seek to have things in your power. Instead, seek to be free from desire for things beyond your control. The false goods of society breed dissatisfaction, for they demand constant guarding, fear of loss, and relentless pursuit. True goods, by contrast, are found within: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These virtues remain steadfast, regardless of external circumstances. As modern seekers, we must resist society's siren call for endless consumption and esteem. Instead, we must cultivate an inner citadel, fortified by reason and virtue. Only then can we avoid the traps of dependency and disappointment. When we become attached to externals, we invite suffering. But when we hold them with indifference, accepting them as neither necessary nor harmful, our peace remains unshaken. In the theater of modern society, fear and desire are the most powerful actors. They drive human behavior as the strings pull the marionettes. Those who wield power understand this well, skillfully manipulating anxieties and cravings to bend the will of the many. This manipulation creates unrest, division, and ceaseless distraction from what truly matters. Epictetus reminds us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." The freedom promised by society is illusory when we are imprisoned by uncontrolled passions. Fear of loss, fear of rejection, or the desire for approval and pleasure enslave our reason. Every day, we are exposed to messages designed to stoke these fires within us: alarmist news, social comparison, consumer cravings, all crafted to keep us unsettled and compliant. Marcus Aurelius counsels, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Recognizing this, the Stoic uses obstacles, the fears and desires themselves, as a path to mastery rather than submission. Instead of reacting blindly, we reflect, is this fear justified? Is this desire virtuous or fleeting? By examining our impressions and emotions closely, we reclaim control over our inner domain. Manipulation ceases its power the moment we refuse to assent uncritically to impressions. This is the essence of Stoic discipline. It requires constant vigilance and reasoned choice. The tyrant is not the one outside, but the one within who surrenders to unexamined passions. To be truly free, we must rule that inner realm with wisdom and courage. Modern society often boasts of freedom, the freedom to choose, to speak, to act according to one's desires. Yet, this freedom is too frequently misunderstood and misapplied. True freedom, as the Stoics teach, is not licensed to follow every whim or external compulsion, but the mastery of oneself. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Many live as though they are free, yet they are shackled by social conventions, public opinion, and the ever-looming fear of judgment. The desire to conform to societal expectations, the addiction to external validation, and the obsession with public image create invisible chains that restrict our autonomy. Epictetus offers clarity. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. The crowd may speak loudly, urging us toward vanity or vanity's cheaper cousins, envy, greed, or wrath. But the Stoic knows that true stature comes not from pleasing others, but from pleasing oneself by living in accordance with reason and virtue. Each individual has the capacity to cultivate inner sovereignty. This is the realm no tyrant, no circumstance, no society can invade without consent. It is the last refuge of the wise and the just. In reclaiming this freedom, the Stoic turns away from the deafening clamor of public approval and toward the silent voice of conscience and duty. In a world overwhelmed by deception and distraction, philosophy is the lighthouse guiding the mariner safely through stormy seas. For the Stoic, philosophy is not an abstract academic exercise, but a practical art of living, a discipline that teaches how to perceive the world rightly, endure hardships, and act virtuously. Epictetus declared, "Practice yourself, for heaven's sake, in little things, and thence proceed to greater." Stoicism teaches us to accept what is beyond our control with serenity, and to dedicate ourselves diligently to what lies within our power, the choices of reason, courage, and virtue. Through regular self-examination and the cultivation of wisdom, we begin to dissolve the illusions cast by modern society. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." By fixing our attention on what is true, noble, and lasting, we reshape our character and strengthen our inner citadel. This transformation allows us to respond to the world not with frustration or despair, but with calm endurance and purposeful action. Philosophy trains us to anticipate and embrace difficulties, not as misfortunes, but as necessary tests and opportunities for growth. In this way, Stoicism becomes both shield and sword in the face of society's deceit. Practical reflections and exercises to live free from deception. Stoicism is not simply knowledge, but a daily practice, a way to live with intention amid a world full of false promises. First, cultivate the habit of distinguishing what is within your control from what is not. Do not demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen, and you will go on well. Epictetus, when faced with events, pause and ask yourself, can I change or influence this? If not, surrender it with tranquility. If yes, act virtuously with courage and wisdom. Second, challenge your impressions constantly. Are your fears and desires justified, or are they conditioned responses to social pressure? If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. Marcus Aurelius, train your mind to react not impulsively, but with reasoned assent or dissent. Third, practice daily self-examination. At day's end, reflect on your actions. Did you act with virtue? Did you let external falsehoods sway your peace? No longer talk at all about the kind of man that a good man ought to be, but be such. Marcus Aurelius, lastly, remember that your true goods lie within wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Nurture these consistently as your fortress against societal illusions. In these times, the great deception of modern society looms large, seeking to ensnare our minds with illusions of happiness anchored to external goods, fear, and desire. Yet, as we have seen through the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, true freedom and fulfillment arise not from the world outside, but from the mastery of our own minds. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. Marcus Aurelius. The Stoic path calls us to this inward journey, to build a fortress of reason and virtue, invulnerable to the fleeting shadows cast by society's false promises. It is a call to live deliberately and courageously, holding fast to what is truly good and within our power. Remember, it is not the events themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Epictetus, as you leave this reflection, carry with you the resolve to discern carefully, to govern your judgments, and to act with integrity. Though the external world may twist and turn, your inner citadel stands firm, a beacon of peace and resilience in the storm. This is the great liberation offered by Stoicism, freedom from deception, suffering, and turmoil through the cultivation of wisdom, virtue, and self-mastery.